What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Just Keep It Real show. Welcome to the Just Keep It Real show, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody, but I'm talking about the biggest and the baddest show on YouTube. I'm talking the Just Keep It Real show, Just Keep It Real podcast, baby. Tell a friend so they can tell a friend. But before we do anything, people, make sure y'all hit that big red subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that sub button so we can share, click, and like this video and spread the word and get more followers. I love that if I get more followers, more subscribers. So that being said, I talk about a variety of topics on the show. I'm always mobile for the most part. Still trying to get the show together. I just got to get time, people. I just got to get time. It's going to be a very great show. Shout out to all the podcasters out there. Shout out to all the people that starting up, just, the media period. I talk about a variety of things, different topics, bring people. It's amazing to be able to bring people on this journey with me, wherever I'm doing, wherever I'm at. Just have this platform. We talk about so many different diverse things, the culture, issues in the world, problems, solutions, and things of that nature. But oftentimes, some situations and shows might be a little more sensitive or a little more emotional than others. But it comes with the conversation. It comes with, the personality. It comes with, being who you are. I tend to find out, that most people, can't be themselves because they worry about others, how they view them, and other people's opinion. And so when I think about, going down this rabbit hole or doing this right here, you gotta think about what comes with it. Not everybody's able to be themselves, but you may say something, had a show, a conversation that someone can relate to. So don't know if you're like, your content ain't doing that because you don't got millions of views or whatever case might be. But let's get straight into it with the show. I welcome to anybody to the show any given time. You can, request to be on the show. Send me emails, comment down below what you want to talk about, subject line, topics, things in the news. And some of them, if I can see it, I'll try to talk about those conversations in the show. But nevertheless, people, we got another good one today. So, how y'all feel about Bronny James? Tell me how y'all feel. We're going to talk about a few things because I had a lot of partners. One partner in particular, he know who he is. Oh, Bronny James going to be this, that, and this and that and the third when he get to the league, or the possibility, right? I love my brother. But this is one time I disagree with him. Because, number one, he's a prospect. He's a talent. Can't acknowledge that, who his dad is, it was LeBron James. What he had done for the National Basketball Association to keep us entertained 20 plus years. So one of my favorite basketball players of all time. Whether I got him the GOAT, it don't matter because, I just think what LeBron have done for basketball in the game, it never cheated us, always kept us entertained. You can't deny that. I always say when it comes to, championship teams far-wise or similar teams, then we can debate, where you take LeBron at, do you want him on your team, do you got him off your list? But the body of work, I always got LeBron James as a number one player, as all around number one player. I got LeBron James as the number one all-around player. But when we talk about skill sets and then we talk about offense assassin, then that when the conversation becomes different. So make no mistakes. When we talk about the offense assassins, then I want to make something clear. When we talking about that, we're talking about having the same team assembly as some of these Hall of Famers. Now, a lot of these Hall of Famers don't get enough respect on their name because we tend to say that, hey, look, they should have carried their team this and carried their team that, or wasn't able to make out the playoffs. But let me remind some people, if you don't know, it's something called a front office. And depends on the area you're in, or depends on how the team assembly, it plays a major part on how much success you will have. Now, anybody can be a champion. Now, anybody can be a Hall of Famer. And so when we talking about, Hall of Famers and championship, let's get it very clear, the message that we putting out there, because anybody can win the championship. The people that sat on the bench and never played become a champion, right? But when we talking about Hall of Famers, not anybody can be that. And I think a lot of times it go under the radar because you don't see the champagne getting popped, and then the conversation is not added on to that person's name. But I always say this: if LeBron James had the same equal team 1 through 5, and he got to go get somebody like T-Mac, which is my favorite player, T-Mac or Penny Hardaway or something like that, he's not going to win that game, because you're talking about a player in their prime that can do everything LeBron James can do. Now, I don't want to get it twisted. You got to think about it. They can jump, they can play defense, but they can hit every shot on the chart. They're offensive assassins, so they ain't gonna miss, and so they don't have to pass the ball to make that right play for somebody to hit that big shot. Now, don't get me wrong, LeBron James can beat you in many different ways, but we talking about somebody, and in this era it's hard to compare, but we can go back and turn the clock and say, you know what, you better be glad Kobe Bryant ain't playing in this era. You better be glad T-Mac ain't playing in this era. Now, I got T-Mac in my top 5, and Penny Hardaway. I think that Penny Hardaway is the best point guard of all time. Now, some people gonna say, well, he was derailed by injuries. Okay, fair enough, but that don't change the fact that the matter is, if Penny Hardaway played in today's game, there ain't nobody that can stop him. Because what weaknesses do we have in this game? None. But then you got to think about it. Who can guard him on the defensive end playing point guard? He can pass the ball. He can dunk. He can shoot. He can dribble. He got vision. There ain't nobody that can guard Penny Hardaway in today's game. Steph, Kyrie, or nobody. Much as I love Kyrie, you see what I'm saying? Nobody can guard Penny Hardaway in today's game. He's Kobe Bryant at the point guard. See what I'm saying? He got all the skills, no weakness in this game. It was the reason why he put Jordan out the playoff. Somebody can say, well, he just came back. Listen, I'm just speaking facts. Now, let's get into the topic. Bronny James. Is he good enough to be in the NBA or not? That's up to him and his family. But I will say this much right here. This was a highly requested topic. Right now, Bronny James not no NBA prospect. Now, and let me be clear about what I'm saying. I love LeBron James and the James family. He's one of my favorite players in today's game. He's my number 1 player. Player that I follow. But let's speak the truth here for a minute. Bronny James just got a rich dad that played in the NBA, which is universally recognized, which is LeBron James, that we all know. But far-wise as, his son, there's a lot of great people that came along that had sons that played. But I think one of the things that, and I called this before it even came out in the media. I said one of the things that LeBron James is doing that, can hurt his son is, keep putting out I want to play with my son, because see, one of the things that did to me, for me, everybody's different. But one of the things that did for me was saying, well, now people are going to look at LeBron James like, why are you making your son a target? There's a lot of people that kids are on the upcoming, coming up, and they want to have their own name, and they don't want to be in the shadows of their dad. Now I get it. LeBron James, the big icon, universe recognized, so there's no way for Bronny James to really hide. This ain't about money, people. Nah, this ain't about money. So, he's gonna inherit money regardless. He's gonna have money regardless because of his dad. But this ain't about money. This conversation ain't about money. It's simply about basketball and I think LeBron James hurt his stock because it's hard to live up to the expectation of LeBron James if you're a son. Because everybody in the league will say, well, ain't he LeBron James? Son, he supposed to be this, he supposed to be that. He got all the things that a five-star recruit coming out of college, coming out of high school don't necessarily have. A lot of these boys that go to these public schools don't have a gym at home they can go to and practice and sharpen up on their craft and skill set all the time. They just get it straight out the rucker. They just nasty with it. They just natural. And can you imagine for these guys or for these kids to have, access to a gym full time, where when they wake up, they can go hoop. When they get bored, they can go hoop and work on their craft. And then have somebody like LeBron James in their facility to, give them knowledge and work on their game as well. So now I want to get this clear with somebody and people that you got to realize that these kids don't have this. And somebody's going to say, well, that ain't Bronny's fault. I get that. But I'm talking about, let's be fair about what it is. And so we let LeBron, if Bronny James is good enough to go to the NBA, what they need to do is go ahead and stop accepting kids from straight from high school now. Because right now, I'm going to say it, Bronny James ain't even the average college player. It don't make no difference what they want to gas him up and hype him up about, because he ain't even the best in his class. He ain't even the best in his class. And I want to remind y'all about something. Bronny James is was currently enrolled at USC, right? First it was Ohio State, stay back home. But let me remind everybody something before they jump off this ship. What school did John Morant went to? What school did he went to? He went to Crestwood, and then what college did he go to? What college did he go to, people? If y'all don't know, I'm gonna help you out. Murray State. Yeah, no, don't tell me that John Morant went to Murray State. John Morant went to Murray State, and we all can agree that, much as John Morant did for that program, it ain't no USC basketball. It ain't no USC Trojan. So John Morant can go to Murray State and make a name for himself and highlight reels and all that. Why can't Bronny James did it at USC? Why he crying about the program? Why he crying about the transfer portal? Why he crying about he can sit at the end of a bench? Now don't get me wrong. Like I said, LeBron James done for the game of basketball is unquestioned. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, as of right now, Bronny James trash. He's trash. Far-wise, they're talking about going to the next level, and that's blasphemy and disrespect for all the kids out there to bust their rear end and perfect their craft and put a better number than Bronny James. And for Bronny James just to be on ESPN all the time and talking about it is disrespectful to the other recruits out there and college players. Because there's more college players got better numbers and accolades that should get more attention than the media than Bronny James. And I get it. Most of this is because LeBron James, right? But LeBron James should have never went out there, I want to play with my son, I want to play with my son. Man, look, I love LeBron James, bro, and everything about his game. Babe, bro, this ain't a neighborhood ball. This ain't neighborhood basketball where you want to pick and choose your team, and I want to play with my brother, I want to play with my son. This ain't it, because it ain't fair to all the other people out there that got kids and that kids are putting up better numbers. It ain't fair. And so the same media that we putting on Bronny James, let's go ahead and put it on them other players. Let's go ahead and put it on other players. Be fair, because it's somebody that have coached their son, have got spent a lot of money in trainers and all that, and not getting the same attention that Bronny James get. So it's disrespectful for the media, for ESPN, and everybody else, and all the recruits in college that we know how hard it is to make it to the league, for them not to get the attention. So everybody who's putting up 5 points or one more point better than Bronny should be getting the same coverage and the same attention. Oh, how about the potential? Well, how about the potential there, all the other recruits and candidates out there? And this is the problem that I got. We try to pick and choose our battles and pick and choose what to talk about, but we don't talk about the right thing. So that's why on my platform, to Just Keep It Real show, hey, listen, I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm gonna keep it funky for a minute. So it's disrespectful for ESPN that's up here, undisputed, to set up here, and I'm calling them out to talk about Bronny James because why aren't we talking about other candidates the same way? Why aren't we talking about other people that don't got 24 access to a gym, that don't got an NIL deal, that is not LeBron James? You know, I mean, and we got Bronny James got, but and that's right now. It's not fair how people are doing things far out when it comes to Bronny James. Now he's a kid still, then he let him grow up, and I'm pretty sure that he ain't asking for all this media, but it's gonna come because of LeBron James. LeBron James did it to him, so now LeBron James gotta eat that crow, and just want him to find his own way. You know, then it would have been a little different. But LeBron, you got to be careful. You can't have it. You can't have it every way. Your money don't do everything. And this is one time that your money can't fix a problem. If I look at it, how it's constructed, Bryce James got more potential than Bronny James. You can see it. Not only because he's bigger, it's because that he looked like he's a more prototype of a basketball player, an NBA prospect. So you might as well go ahead and let Bryce in the NBA right now. You might as well go ahead and let him in the NBA. But let's be clear about the message that we send, because this ain't. See, some people will say, well, it's about Bronny James. No, it's bigger than Bronny James, because it's disrespectful to all the other college players out there that's putting up better numbers. So why we ain't talking about all these other players the same? Huh? Let's be clear what we're saying, people. Let's respect these other players, because we know how hard it is to get to the league, and we know that a lot of people is trying to change they siblings' life, their parents' life, and everything else. And so let's don't be disrespectful, people. Let's put some respect on the players and everybody else that's coming up that's not Bronny James, because Bronny James ain't even the best in his class. Like I told you, John Morant went to Murray State, and he scraped from South Carolina. He ain't had no daddy called LeBron James. Yeah, Zion Williams, he ain't had no daddy called no LeBron James. Yeah, he didn't have all that hype. So, and it's a lot more players, that we can talk about. But I specifically want to highlight John Morant and give him his roses, because John Morant been humble, and he did what he supposed to do. And shout out to John Morant, because, now you can look back and say, you know what? Yeah, a lot of players didn't want John Morant. Teams didn't want John Morant, going into college. But look, I got so much respect for the brother right now, because he stayed there and thug it out and still made a name for himself. So my message to Bronny James is, make a name for yourself. Stop wanting to be at the end of the bench to go play with your dad. Stop crying, LeBron James. Stop crying about it. You did the most credible thing for the game, and I love you for that. But to say that at the end of somebody's bench, man, look here. I don't care how smart LeBron is or what you want. And like I said, if he get drafted, we need to change the whole draft rules. We need to call it the Bronny James rule. You know what I'm saying? That anybody can go. Anybody can go. Yeah, anybody can go if LeBron James' son can go. Yeah, anybody can go. I got it right. I got it right. I don't give a damn about how LeBron feel or somebody feel. I got it right. This ain't about the money, and this ain't about nothing. This is about the game itself. And the same way you protesting for your son, LeBron James, go protest for the kids that's way better than your son. See, this is a problem that we got. We sat here and we go out these names and we go all these credentials, but then people hate the damn truth. Why do people hate the truth so much? Why do people, this is why I ask myself, what is about the truth that people hate so damn much that we just go on a rant about and we just go agree with about and we perspective? and, take things out of perspective, out of content. This is one of the major problems that we got in the world right now about people going long, fall long game, and all the other stuff. It's kids out there that's twice time better than Bronny James. Twice time better than Bronny James. It's time for people to speak up and just acknowledge the fact. ESPN ain't got no damn business taking somebody else's shine away and draft stock away talking about Bronny James. Let's talk about 20 or 30 kids in his draft class that's better than him. This ain't about this. Listen, I done told y'all people, this is not about LeBron James. This is not about LeBron James, people. Now I'm calling it out because it's disrespectful to the other people in college. Y'all know it's disrespectful. Why do people go along with shit and hey, that LeBron James? Money is just one small increment of life. Now it makes your life better on earth. But what I'm getting at, why do people feel like they just go along with every damn thing and don't want to say that? I don't think Bronny James probably couldn't last in backyard basketball. He probably couldn't last in backyard basketball without LeBron James being there sitting down and watching and say, well, let me step in. You know? And so we getting so far away, man, from how things used to be. It don't make no damn sense. I mean, we just let anybody go to the damn NBA, NFL. And then we ask ourselves, then why people ain't make it? Somebody tell me, he's going because he's LeBron James' son. God damn, it's like that now? Ain't nobody gonna call it for what it is? He's trash right now. He's straight up damn trash, garbage. I don't give a damn how you look at it. The numbers that he putting up, it ain't no excuse for it. Oh, he got potential. I'm talking about his IQ. He didn't show me no IQ, no potential, nothing else. I guarantee if you go look at other players, they got the same highlight things that Bronny did, but better. But better. Ask John Morant how you feel about it going to Murray State. How we think that John Morant would have did if he went to USC. Yeah, I'm going to use that comparison because, see, I got something to talk about. Bronny James, John Morant went to USC, coming straight out of South Carolina. Yeah, old Carolina boy went straight to Murray State. He went to Murray State and made a name for himself. It's not about the school you go to. It's about making a name for yourself. Bronny James, LeBron James, I'm sending a clear message to you. Make a name for your damn self. Make a name for yourself. J. Boot say Jimmy Butler had work from the bottom and homeless and still work hard. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. And so that even means even more. If you look at Jimmy Butler and other people, they had to work their way up. Let's not cheat the game, people, and keep us entertained. Because now, let's be clear about something. And let me say this: I'm not gonna be all there, I promise you. But right now, he want to get on the court and go play and go and declare for the draft. So we got Jalen Green. He didn't have the same access that Bronny James got for the Houston Rockets. We got Anthony Edwards, because these are still young players. So let me make this clear: young players, they've been in the league about 2-3 years, right? And this is who Bronny James is supposed to be competing with, right? I don't want to hear nothing about, oh no, because he ain't that much. They ain't that much younger than him. He ain't ready for no Jalen Green, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards already came in the league busting ass. Yeah, he putting belt to ass right now. So I don't want to hear no excuse. You know what I mean? There's a lot more people that Bronny James ain't messing with. There's a lot of one-year players in the NBA right now that just not getting the proper shine that they want to because they got players and a system already ahead in front of them, right? So they can't really showcase their talent. He ain't messing with them. He can't beat no McBride for he can't mess with McBride for the New York Knicks. It's so many other players I can call out by either being in the league 1 year or what the case might be. Well, LeBron, what are you gonna do? Check court sides to every game and talk to the ref and whisper in people's ear, cover his mouth up with his shirt or with his hand and whisper? Man, we all see what's going on, man. It ain't nothing but I get tired of this BS and this crap, man, because people sit around and won't call things for what it is, and that's why I call my show the Just Keep It Real show. Because this whole world, man, has got so damn crazy to the point They're afraid, and not just basketball. There's so many other things that the world afraid to call it like it is. They call it like it is. And I think one of the biggest problems in life right now is relationships is everything. And relationships always matter. But one of the problems in life too is that because we got these relationships and we're afraid to speak up and tell people like it is, sometimes we don't say nothing. Sometimes we don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't say nothing when we should say something. And it's crazy because it be so many people that you may be close to or they may be close to that needed somebody need to say something to them. You just ain't ready. Nah, bro, you need to look at this a different way. It's like now the parents go for anything, and as long as the clout and the fame, and you can step out in public and people say, you know what? Oh, this person right here got this potential. They supposed to be this person, they supposed to be that person, then it's fine. Everybody just nod and shake their damn head. That's why when you look at it, that's why we hurting so much. Now, let me say this right here. Since we talking about it, and ESPN ain't gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna talk about it on Just Keep It Real show. One of the reasons why so many players didn't make it to the league because of academics. Because of academics. And then so many black families was getting rich because they were coming straight out of high school. If you look at the NBA now and where it headed to, it's basically about to be in another high school era and 1 year, one and done era. So they need to open the high school portal back up. You know, they need to open it back up because, you know, players want to get paid and it ain't no different between the NIL and you coming straight out of high school. Some people say, well, I told you they wasn't ready. Well, look, let's see how they do their second, third year. Let's give them 3 years and say, you know what, the third year, we're looking for them to do whatnot. Because, number one, if we take away academics, because, see, I don't really understand it. You know, most great players or the people that would have been better than Michael Jordan never got a chance because of academics and because of drugs and other stuff. So let's play homage to the things that need to be addressed, not just so much of, oh, this that person dad and all kind of other stuff. We got a lot of NBA dads right now that play and got players that Bronny James ain't gonna never be. He ain't never gonna be some of the players that LeBron James are better than their dad, but their kids better than him and got way more of a higher ceiling. You know, so we gotta acknowledge that, man. We just can't just be going along with anything and agreeing because we look at people on TV and they walking through the turnstile, or they got the lifestyle that a lot of people want. That's fine, that's good, and that's cool. I know a lot of people gonna be reaching. I know a lot of people, you know, saying, "Oh man, only if I was in position." Right? Bronny James, he's just a blessed young man that ain't never really got to ask for nothing or had nothing. You know, it's been passed down to him, and congrats to LeBron James for being able to do that. But at the same time, we can hurt our kids a lot more than we think we can help them. You know, by giving kids something all the time in this generation, you're not helping them. And this is another primary example that when you look at Bronny James versus the other college athletes, that this shouldn't even first be a conversation. And I'm gonna speak about it because ESPN ain't gonna tell it like this. They got producers and they got people that gotta read transcripts and they gotta read off things, you know. But I'm just keeping it 100, just keeping it real on the show. And this need to be talked about, you know. This need to be talked about, you know. This on more than one level, you know what I'm saying? And so the same way that the NBA they have hyping Bronny James for the NBA. I'm gonna say something to Ice Cube right now. Ice Cube, whoever the top prospect this year in the NBA draft, offer them a contract. Offer them a contract. And this is why I say, man, so much stuff get mixed up and messed up in the world because where are the people that should be speaking up? Where all the people at? What happened to all the people in the world, man, when you can tell somebody shit and they didn't feel no type of way, or you can just keep it real? You know what I'm saying? But we look for validation from people that we think know what they're talking about. And then some people like to talk loud, and they think a lot of their talk are the more feelings they put in something, it makes them seem right or seem important. Man, that don't do no justice. First, you got to understand the difference between opinion and emotions and feelings. You may not like what I'm saying. You may not respect it. But at the same time, this is my opinions. You know what I'm saying? But I always tell the people this. look past the conversation and let's do the eye test and let's see what the eye test is telling us. See, one of the problems that a lot of people don't one of the problems that a lot of people don't get is that some people's vision is bigger than just how you feel or emotions. And that's why sometimes, a lot of times, when we tend to go back and have a conversation that we had in the past, and we say, look, now let's revisit this conversation. It tend not to work in a lot of people with emotions and feelings favor. It tend not to work in their favor because a lot of people want to be stuck on who's right and who's wrong. I'm neutral. You know, I'm neutral to the fact because when you're neutral, you're open to your opinions and other people's opinions, right? And I think that we just getting far away from what really matters when it comes to these kids, when it comes to sports and the best interest for these kids. Because this is a direct message that being sent to the whole league and to college and to the high school level that anybody can go. Only thing you gotta do is have certain accolades or relationships. Life is about relationships, but we gotta understand, you know, when to use those relationships and how, it plays a big part into our future. A lot of people, I don't know, they get caught up, with the fame and the bright lights and the big stage, and then, we see these kids, like Scoot Henderson. It was a bad idea for them to think about replacing Damon Lillard with Scoot Henderson. Got to start from somewhere, but this whole magnitude of putting this target on this guy. Hey, you can come be here and we replacing you with him. How's it working out for him right now? And so how's it working out for Scoot Henderson? And so let's just be careful what we saying. Let's just be careful because Scoot Henderson was the first round draft pick. And some people say, well, this and that and third, first round. A lot of them bust and don't work out. They ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't believe nobody no bust. I believe that if you made it, you're supposed to be there because you got the ability and athleticism to be there, but also some things is questionable developing a person, if they really meant to be there. Because a lot of people have got the body of work. Bronny James ain't got no body of work. What body of work did he do? Went to Sierra Canyon, went to the best high schools. So when did Bronny James ever played on a team that had less talent? Because I want to make something clear. Most high school players that 4 and 5 star recruits that come out of high school, a lot of times be on a team where they don't got the same talent as a Sierra Canyon. This person supposed to be that person. This person supposed to be that person. How in the hell do I know how good you is? And this is another example of what I'm saying with Bronny James. Bronny James with the Sierra Canyon and other schools, they had other players that's highly recruited, right? So now if you go to USC and people looking for you to be the alpha and for you to supposed to be this person and you can't do it, that's a primary example of what I'm saying. That's a primary example. But I'm going to leave y'all with this. I want to see him do a Ja Morant. Yeah, do a Ja Morant, Bronny. LeBron James, tell him to do a Ja Morant. Tell him to go to a school and stay there. And guess what? Let's see him carry a team. Let's see him be the best player. Let's see can he be the best player on potentially a number 2 on a team for 1 year. Let's see that. Let's see that. Stay where you at, Bronny James at USC, and let's see what the record look like at the end of the season. But I already know next year LeBron James last year, and so I get why he want Bronny James to come play. Next year's last year, people. Yes, sir. Y'all heard it first on the Just Keep It Real show. Next year, he do his farewell tour. The most he got is 2 years. Y'all heard it on the Just Keep It Real show. I don't know, but I know. You know what I mean? And so I think that's what the message what LeBron's saying, but he don't want to put it out. He done discuss it with his son and say, I got about 1 or 2 more years, and I want you to be in the league. So that's really where it's coming from. I think that after next year, LeBron done. Thank you, LeBron James, for what you have done for basketball, the National Basketball Association, for the world, keeping us entertaining. I'm a big fan of yours. But at the same time, encourage your son to stay in school, let him develop his game, And if you never get to play with him, then guess what? You know, that's good. That's good as well, because what you did on the hardware is can't be matched. You know what I'm saying? And so let me clear the record up about. Now I hope I clear the record about if Bronny James good enough to play in the NBA. I hope I made it clear that if he's good enough, then the NBA just need to change their perspective on what is an NBA prospect and about drafting. Go ahead and open up from high school. If Bronny James is good enough to go, then go ahead and open up straight from high school, because it's disrespectful to all the other candidates and all the college athletes out there. Because see, I got a problem with ESPN and some of these networks that's sitting there highlighting Bronny James, because see, I don't think you should be doing that. I think you should be talking about other players that numbers are better than Bronny. And if you got any question or any dispute about what I'm saying, comment down below. Let me know how you feel, and we'll talk about it. But thank y'all people for showing into the showing up, tuning into the Just Keep It Real show. Make sure y'all hit that big red button, big red button. Make sure y'all subscribe, comment down below, share, click like this video, people, for the Just Keep It Real game. Okay.